What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Chillin with Van Dillen, and today I've got the pleasure of hanging with Dana Perino. Dana, great to see you. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So you're the co-host with America's Newsroom. You just got off of that. It's 9 o'clock in Eastern. You're kind of in between you co-host the 5, which is coming up as well.
That's right. So there's I almost think of if I lived in Spain, I would have that schedule without the siesta.
That's right. Yeah, no time for you to go down.
I come back and I do the 5 later on.
It's no time for you to go down. But another huge profile job you had was press secretary for President George W. Bush.
Yep.
That is amazing. Not only is it amazing to me, but major storms plowed into the United States during those time frames.
A lot, absolutely. And I was in the communications world. I started right after 9/11 at the Justice Department, moved over to the White House Council on Environmental Quality. We talked about the weather and the climate a lot.
Oh, boy.
Because at that time, all the Kyoto protocols and all those things were going on. And then, of course, then Hurricane Katrina in 2005.
Now, you went down to New Orleans for that, right?
Well, not before. It was in the aftermath.
After, exactly.
Yes. And I think I traveled to New Orleans with President Bush 9 times.
Holy cow.
Between 2005 and the end of the administration.
That was a tense time. We were talking about it's so hard to get everything coordinated, to get all the supplies that they needed in there.
Well,
tense.
Yeah, I mean, I think back about that time, in August of 2005 was a very busy time. I was deputy press secretary, and I had my colleague was with President Bush in Texas. But there were all of these briefings that were happening at the time about the hurricane and the lead up to it. President Bush was getting briefed. And then you had, in addition to that, John Roberts, now the Supreme Court Justice.
Right.
He was in the middle of confirmation hearings. I was a spokesperson for that. We had a Cindy Sheehan situation. People can look that up. That was a big story at the time. And also, we were a nation at war. So there were many things going on. This big storm is coming for
New Orleans.
Louisiana. And you could look back. I'm sure there's footage of Janice Dean trying to tell you, and Rick Wagmuth saying, everybody be careful. And I do remember President Bush asking the governor of Louisiana to declare a state of emergency and to order an evacuation
beforehand,
and they never did.
Right.
The storm came. Initially, wasn't as bad, but when the levees broke,
that was when it all wrapped around.
Then it was a huge problem. So, of course, I remember that time. It was a horrible time, and for people who lost their lives, that city had a very hard time coming back. In some ways, did pretty well in terms of like re-energizing Catholic education, for example. But it was a very tough situation, but I think in the after-action report, everyone learned a lot about what to do, and that's why you see evacuations take hold a little bit more quickly.
And then 3 years later, you guys had Ike that came into Texas. That was huge. You were the press secretary for this. This is the one that fouled up all the infrastructure for gas. I remember I was working at a different network in Atlanta at that time. I couldn't find gas for like 4 to 5 days. Another tense situation, which wasn't anybody's fault. But you talk about huge storms. It was all on you guys' watch. That is tense.
Yeah, there were many of those. I mean, weather is just something that, as you know, you can't control it. So you just have to figure out a way to make sure that people are prepared.
Grandpa always used to say, don't let the government bail you out because it ain't going to happen.
Oh,
and during the storm,
smart.
it's like, yeah, from Jersey. It's like, yeah, that's what you got. But you were with George Bush a lot, and he's a fellow dog lover. You are. I am as well. I've got boxers. You've got a dog as well. He used to walk his dog all the time, right? Did he walk in the rain?
Well, I mean...
Did he do it?
Did he walk up to...
Yeah, did he do it?
Did he walk his dog? Are you sure about that?
I'm trying. I thought I saw photos of him walking his dog.
Okay, so Barney, and then Miss Beasley. Barney was really the president's dog.
Right.
He went with the president everywhere.
Okay.
And then there is a gentleman that worked at the White House named Dale.
Yeah.
And Dale would also do the walking.
Okay, I got you.
Now, President, I will tell you one thing though. There's actually a photograph of this. It just reminded me. President Bush had the only dog that ever lived at the White House twice. Why? Because when his dad and mom were at the White House, their dog had puppies. Okay?
Right.
One of those puppies was named Spot.
Okay.
And Spot was given to Governor George W. Bush and Laura Bush. And then when he won the presidency, that dog Spot, who was born at the White House, returns to the White House. And I think it was late 2001 or 2002, Spot was aged, and I will never forget that President Bush took her outside, one last ball throw, and then laid down with her until she passed. And that I always think about that, like, your commander-in-chief, you're the most powerful person in the world, but something like that will bring you to your knees.
That's amazing. I love that. My mother-in-law lives in Bluffton, South Carolina. She swears to me that she saw you in a motorcycle with Henry with goggles on in a sidecar.
Okay.
Is this true?
It was not Henry.
Oh, okay.
It was Jasper, the second Vizsla. So my first Vizsla I got in 1997, 98,
Okay.
98, in England,
All right.
when I was living in England with Peter. And then that dog, Henry, comes with us to California. And then after 9/11 attacks, moves with us to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And then after the White House, he moves with us to New York. And he lived in New York for 6 months before he passed.
Oh, okay.
And then 3 months later, 2.5 months later, we got Jasper.
Jasper's
That's
the
who
one.
Most people that watch Fox, they knew Jasper.
So she's half
America's
right.
dog. She's correct. So Peter bought an old police cruiser
Okay.
with a sidecar.
Right.
And then Jasper loved his dad so much, and he wanted to be with him at all times. So he would get in the sidecar with his goggles
goggles,
on.
yeah.
And he knew that he couldn't ride if he didn't have his goggles on. So he never tried to take them off. And yes, your mother definitely saw Jasper.
In Bluffton,
and
downtown
Peter.
Bluffton?
Yes, of
okay.
course.
All right, then she was half right. I was like, there's no way. The dog isn't going to be in a sidecar. All right,
Yeah.
great. So that's a good one. All right, we'll finish it up with a couple of these, the this or that's. And you are from Colorado.
Yes,
Right?
a lot of weather there.
So do you like skiing or surfing? Which one's
We
better?
didn't ski when I grew up, but I love hiking in the mountains. That's my happy place.
Okay, that's in Colorado.
Yes.
Are you tired of snow or in the cold?
I don't love snow. I almost like the atmosphere. Actually, what I love is the anticipation of snow.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of the snow.
Right.
And then after that, I don't like it.
How did you find out you had school closures? Did you go back on the AM radio like I did?
Yeah,
And
we
listen
had
for your
that.
school?
And we had a superintendent in Douglas County,
Colorado. Right.
And the superintendent said that he would only close school if he could not get down his driveway in a tractor.
Oh my gosh.
Which meant that
like
we
4 feet of
always went
snow.
to school, but mostly it wasn't snow that canceled school for us, it was the cold.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it was Steamboat. They've never canceled school because of snow, but just because of the cold. When it was
Right.
minus 40
Right.
3 years ago with the wind chill, that's when they canceled school.
I mean, and we didn't have Zoom school.
No, it was
Right,
great.
so it was
Oh, it's
it was
fantastic.
watching Gilligan's Island all day long.
Price is Right, right? It was the
Oh
other
yeah,
one, too.
Family Feud, all of them.
All that stuff. Okay, so tennis or pickleball?
Oh, tennis for sure. I don't. I mean, I respect.
We're not old enough for
the
pickleball.
pickleball
Yeah.
craze,
Right.
and I love that people are getting together. In fact, friends of mine, they're just became empty nesters, and they have found that they both love pickleball, and they play twice a week. They have friends. They have Taco Tuesday after the pickleball. So I'm for it for community and getting off your phone.
Okay, yeah.
But right now, I am not a pickleball player.
Okay, yeah, I think we've got time. Because my parents, they live in South Carolina. The same thing. They're getting into it. It's, to me, tennis. You know, what are you going to do? Hockey or football?
Ooh, football on TV, hockey live.
Oh, yes. I agree. Ranger fan?
Sure.
Avalanche fan. I'm
Actually,
thinking, yeah.
well, I'm an Avalanche fan, but the only reason I am sitting here with you today is because I went to an Avalanche game.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, I'm telling you.
And it
I
was in
played-
1995.
I love it. Now you're talking my language.
In
with
Washington,
Adam
D.C.
Foote, those guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but I sat next to somebody who helped me get a job as press secretary on Capitol
Oh,
Hill.
that's great. A hockey game did it. Hockey's my favorite. I love it. Last question. No, second to last question. Colorado or New Jersey? That's a tough one. Right?
Do you know they're more similar than you think?
Yeah.
Because of people. People are great.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado forever in my heart, but it shares its neighbors with New
You're
Jersey.
talking about Muller's Bakery right there, the sandwiches, the whole thing. Jersey. All right, now, Jersey or South Carolina?
Jersey for me now, but for me, South Carolina was the right place at the right time.
Right.
It's just some place that maybe we'll get to in the future, but I've had so many fabulous opportunities at Fox that were growing.
Right.
And it meant that getting to South Carolina as a place to go for a weekend became impossible.
Yeah.
And so I hold it fondly in my heart, but I'm
too.
not able to get there all the time.
My wife is from there. I've got to go South Carolina.
Also,
She'll
I
kill
can't
me.
afford the calories there. It's just too much.
Everything's fried.
It's too much.
But it tastes great. And last question, yes or no, do snitches get stitches?
Yes. Is that a good answer?
It's my answer.
Okay, good.
Good stuff, Dana. Thanks for sticking around.
Thank
You can
you.
catch Dana. She's at 9 o'clock Eastern Time on America's Newsroom, also on the 5 and no more press secretary stuff, but I'm glad you're here. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You answered that pretty quick.